I'm very disappointed in myself right now, because after that Georgia game, I went home yesterday, and that was a hard game, and I knew I practiced them too much the last 2 days. And, I don't think anyone can question the will to win that our kids showed, but we obviously couldn't make an open shot. And that's a result of maybe some guys just being a little tired. Their resolve, their character, their desire, the courage that they've shown to help us build our program was on display with our unwillingness to give in to a game where we didn't play real well. I mean, heck, you shoot 10% for a whole half, it's going to be hard to win. But obviously we had some tired guys out there. And I'm not talking about the overtime. I'm talking about when the game started. And that sits on one person's head, and that's absolutely mine.
Frank, in the last period, did you like the shots that they were taking, the three-pointers that were there, or would you have preferred to see them go at the rim more?
I mean, you're wide open. You got to shoot the basketball. That is what it is. I mean, we figured out a way to get it to overtime, and as Sindarius, I mean, can't ask him to do more than he did, and he missed that free throw, and then obviously we're up 7, and can't get stops. Give them credit; they made shots too. I mean, they could have missed, but they didn't. And then the deeper the game got, we just, heck, we were tired when the game started, and so obviously we're going to be real tired there at the end, but guys are open. They got to shoot the ball.
In overtime, there wasn't a lot of rotation. Is that just a function of, you had your older guys out there? Was it personnel decisions, or what was kind of for the lack of rotation there?
I play the guys that are prepared to help us to win. That's what I play.
Obviously, Sindarius, 44 points, 21 rebounds, and 25 free throws. Have you ever seen anything like that where a player just kind of does that much?
I don't know if you ever heard the name Michael Beasley. He had 44. A guy named Denny Clemente, he had 44. A guy named Jacob Pullen, he, the career scoring leader in the history of K-State. Not trying to diminish what Sindarius did, but I've seen it. The thing that's unbelievable is that he shot, I think, 30 free throws. That's unbelievable. That's just a relentless pursuit of the rim. I wish more of our guys would attack the rim that way. But no, he single-handedly carried us in the second half and in the overtime. And he gave us the courage to figure out a way to go win. And that's what he does every day. But hats off to him. Great stat line. Just unfortunate that we couldn't make more shots. And when I lay in my bed tonight and stare at the ceiling all night, I'm going to kick myself over and over and over, because when I went home last night, I knew I practiced them for too long.
Coach, kind of following up what you just ended with your thought there, where does the team go from here? You're talking about a really tough game. They fought as hard as they could. Maybe they're too exhausted at this point. So how do you manage maybe their fatigue and also maybe their confidence level as you try to bounce back and get a win in your next game?
I mean, it's conference basketball. I mean, we're going to Starkville on Friday unless someone tells us that we can't go. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, we're off tomorrow regardless, and whether we'd won, lost, whatever, we're off tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day off. So guys will come in, they'll get treatment, they'll get with our trainers, and they go through the whole regen thing that they do on days off to kind of help their bodies heal. And then obviously Thursday and Friday, I've got to manage the team probably better than I did the last 2 days. But at the end of the day, we're wired to compete. That's what our guys are wired to do, and they're going to compete. And you know, we just we got to shoot it better. You know, we got to make shots.
Avery said that they pressed early more than they've ever done before. Did that take your team off guard a little bit? And also, what was kind of the spurring moment to kind of get y'all back into the game down 16 in the second half?
Yeah, they came out and pressed, and you know, caught PJ off guard. And PJ kind of got sped up, but maybe the first 2 or 3 possessions of the game, but then it settled down. Then the press never bothered us again. Your question was the second half. Just, you know, we started shooting free throws. We couldn't make a jump shot. It's not like Sindarius made jump shots. Nobody can make a jump shot. But, you know, we tried to start attacking some stuff and, you know, and tried to run some stuff to kind of get their switches and get Sindarius to certain areas of the floor and then give him credit, man. He knew his jumper wasn't falling, and he was relentless in attacking the basket, relentless, and getting offensive rebounds. And, you know, I just somehow, some way, we need to figure out a way to close out the game in that second overtime. I think it was the second one. We were up 7. Yeah.
Frank, you mentioned before that at the end of the year they only look at how many and they don't look at circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Still, though, 4 overtimes, do you think that the committee will take that into account and say, you know, it's 4 overtimes?
I can care less about the committee right now. I mean, we got to be prepared to go play Mississippi State. I mean, you know, my team don't need to be apologizing to anybody because they lost a conference game against a team that's in the top 60 in the RPI. You know, it is what it is. We play in a very hard league. Everyone loses. You know, it's part of the deal. You know, Florida's real good. Would you agree? I saw Vanderbilt beat them in Florida. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it happens. It happens. When you play in a tough league, you're going to have some hard games. You know, we had a chance to win today. We didn't get it done. You know, I don't know. When the day comes in March, the committee wants to hold this against us that we lost, then so be it. They did it last year, so what's the difference? We're used to it.